morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching Janata Television and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Akal. The top stories first. Amnesty International says security forces using excessive force to quell peaceful demonstrations, points at government's ill intentions towards freedom of expression. Maoist Center withdraws support to government in Gandaki province. Ministers resign as per the instruction of party headquarters. Daily infection spikes in the country. Government urges restaurants to shut down after 9 p.m. Coronavirus survivors suffer neurological disorders. Study finds 1/3 of patients affected. And Bayern suffers a shock defeat to PSG. Chelsea takes command in Champions League. Now the news in detail. Amnesty International has released a report on the use of excessive force by Nepal's security forces during peaceful demonstrations. In a report released on Wednesday, Amnesty International said that security forces had been using excessive force to detain peaceful protesters and human rights activists in Nepal. The report states that the government of Nepal has tried to make provision for obtaining confidential information of individuals without judicial permission through the Nepal Special Services Bill. The report also mentions that the Ministry of Information and Communication has drafted a bill on telecommunications without adequate legal protection, which would give officials broad powers to monitor, collect and record information on individuals and organizations. It has mentioned that the freedom of expression of the citizens will be reduced if the Mass Communication Bill, Media Council Bill and Information Technology Bill proposed by the government are not amended. Dozens of people, including journalists, have been arrested for spreading false information or criticizing the government over the COVID-19 pandemic, and more than 30 websites have been shut down, the report said. The report also states that the ruling party continues to appoint those involved in conflict-related crimes to powerful positions without a full and independent investigation. Nepal Communist Party Maoist Center has withdrawn its support to the government in Gandaki province. Provincial ministers Hari Bahadur Chuman and Lekh Bahadur Thapa, who used to represent the Maoist Center in the provincial government, tendered resignations to Chief Minister Prithvi Subba Gurung yesterday. Chuman used to lead the Internal Affairs and Law Ministry, while Thapa was the Agriculture Minister in the coalition government. While submitting his resignation, Chuman expressed hope that there will be scope for cooperation with the UML-led government in the future. He said that it was not their personal decision to resign, but the instruction from the central level of the Maoist party. The government has urged restaurants and other businesses providing nighttime service to halt operations after 9 p.m. The government decided to take strict measures against nighttime businesses due to the rising cases of UK variant of COVID-19. The government stated that the public has not been strictly following the health protocols, due to which it has been forced to take such measures. Issuing a notice on Wednesday, Joint Spokesperson of the Health Ministry, Dr. Samir Adhikari, instructed all the district administration offices to take action against any person who does not wear mask in public places. This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 298 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 278,768, while the number of active cases has increased to 2,201 from the overnight tally of 1,979. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 273,529 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country so far. The death toll from coronavirus climbed to 3,038 following the deaths of 2 more patients yesterday. Nepal is currently among the top 52 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 31.63 million confirmed cases, followed by Brazil with over 13.19 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 133.67 million people across the world and claimed 2.9 million lives. And now the news from the economic front. Stock market index NIPSE has consistently set new records for the past 3 days. NIPSE has set a new record by reaching 2,674 points on Tuesday. The market rose by 15.7 to reach a record high. The sensitive index, which measures the market's Class A indices, also rose by 4.3 points. The indices of commercial banks, merchants, finance, non-life insurance, life insurance, and other groups declined slightly on Tuesday. The indicators of all other groups have improved. A total of 16.1 million shares of 213 companies were traded 81,753 times in the market, resulting in a turnover of Rs 7.47 billion. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now the international news. One in 3 COVID-19 survivors in a study of more than 230,000, mostly American patients, were diagnosed with a brain or psychiatric disorder within 6 months. According to Reuters, the study suggests that the pandemic could lead to a wave of mental and neurological problems. Researchers who conducted the analysis said it was not clear how the virus was linked to psychiatric conditions such as anxiety and depression, but that these were the most common diagnoses among the 14 disorders they looked at. Post-COVID cases of stroke, dementia, and other neurological disorders were rare, the researchers said, but were still significant, especially in those who had severe COVID-19. Although the individual risks for most disorders are small, the effect across the whole population may be substantial, said Paul Harrison, a professor of psychiatry at Oxford University who co-led the work. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Kylian Mbappe scored twice as Paris Saint-Germain produced a superb away performance to beat title holders Bayern Munich in a thrilling Champions League quarter-final first leg. The meeting between last year's finalists was a hugely entertaining game that in itself would have been worthy of being the final of the competition. Mbappe took just 3 minutes to make his mark as he was fed by Neymar, and the striker thumped a drive through Manuel Neuer's legs. Marquinhos doubled the lead for the French champions midway through the first half with a neat finish from a great ball by Neymar before ex-PSG striker Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting headed home to halve the deficit for the German side. Neuer made amends for his earlier mistake by denying Neymar from a point-blank range early in the second half before Keylor Navas kept out strikes from David Alaba and Benjamin Pavard at the other end. But Bayern Munich kept up the pressure and deservedly leveled on the hour mark when Thomas Müller guided a header into the back of the net from Joshua Kimmich's free kick. However, Mbappe had the final say as he swept a low strike through Jerome Boateng's legs late on to give PSG a third crucial away goal heading into the second leg. In other matches, Chelsea secured a strong 2-0 win against FC Porto with goals from Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell. The win helps Chelsea put one foot on the semi-final stage, with Porto needing a miracle to progress. Return legs for both fixtures will be played on April 15th and 16th. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Amnesty International says security forces using excessive force to quell peaceful demonstrations, points out the government's ill intentions towards freedom of expression. Maoist Center withdraws support to government in Gandaki province. Ministers resign as per the instruction of party headquarters. Daily infection spikes in the country. Government urges restaurants to shut down after 9 p.m. Coronavirus survivors suffer neurological disorders. Study finds 1/3 of the patients affected. And Bayern suffers a shock defeat to PSG. Chelsea takes command in Champions League. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website, janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.